OMG. Oh gosh, we are wrapping up 2024, and this year I want to try something a bit differently. I think I did it last year where I discussed, my sketchbooking process. And so this year I will be doing the same, discussing my sketchbooking process. And I have a bit of homework for you guys. Go check out that 2023 videos. I think there were 3 videos. They were separated in sketchbooks that I've used, sketchbooks that are completed, and sketchbooks that are unused. So today we're going to be discussing all that in one video. So buckle down, grab a drink, grab your favorite beverage, and let's talk about my sketchbooking process for 2024. My sketchbooks that are completed are in 3 categories. I have, let's move this one. This one here are sketchbooks that are completed in the sense that they have been fully illustrated but haven't been fully rendered. So that's one category. The second categories are sketchbooks that are, I consider completed. They may not be fully rendered or all the page completed, but I consider completed because I will not be using those again. And the third category are my swatch cards. I do save all my old swatch cards. So first we'll talk about this set here, which are the sets books that I consider fully completed and will be going into storage, as well as the swatch cards. And then we will be discussing this set here, which are the sets books that are completed. They're fully drawn up, but one or two of the pictures may not have been colored. I will not be doing a tour of all this because you would have seen most of these in previous video. This one was for my art advent. No, I think this one was for Smuggers, but it was also for the art advent of 2020. Yeah, Christmas art advent for 2023. This one was for it, so you would have seen this, and also I finished up some of the pages for Smuggers. So this one is fully completed. It was some sampled pads that I have from Stonehenge. These books are not completed. There's still a few pages in them that are left, but this was basically a swatch book where I swatched out watercolor combinations, and I don't really do this anymore. And there's only about 3 sheets left in here, or 6-7 pages. No, wait, there's 4 sheets left in here, or 9 pages if you count back and front. But I will not be using this book anymore, so I will be putting this book into storage. I'll discuss all my swatch cards later. This one here was for my a book that I made in the workshop that I took with Yao Lin, the quick artist sketch. That's also a video that you can find here on my channel. This was a sketchbook that she made for that challenge. Here it is. This is another sketchbook that has a lot of pages left over, but I consider this book completed. Oh, there's swatch cards in here, for the fact that I will not be using this book anymore. It was for colored pencils illustrations. So I will not be using these, just combinations and mixes. I will not be using this anymore. And the next sketchbooks that is here is this one. This is where I did it for pastels. Yeah, all my oil pastels illustration are in here, and some of my chalk pastel illustrations are in here as well. So this book I also consider complete, and I will be putting this book into storage. I know I'm going through it kind of fast because it's the sketchbooking process, it's my process I'm looking at here. Now, these 3 books, you would have recognized this book from this year's art advent calendar for December. We did a tour of this book just a few weeks ago, or I probably will put this video out next. So last week you would have seen a tour of this book. Yeah, I don't need to go through it again. So this was this year's. This is fully completed, fully rendered, as you know. Here is the next sketchbook that I completed for this year. Now, as you remember, last year this book was on the to complete list, and it is fully rendered in. So yeah, I'm finished with it. This book was made from Nina's cardstock as well as Expressive blended stock, and this book is now on the completed box, so it will be going into storage. And the next book that I complete, which you guys would have known, is also the Huevember book. Let me bring you guys out a bit. The Huevember book for 2024, fully completed, as well as with a colored illustration. And you guys have already seen the tour of this book, as well as the illustration I did with the Boya crayons at the back. So you guys would have already seen these already in previous walkthrough videos, so I don't need to go back through this. So this book is also on the completed chopping block. 2024, I did a lot of re-swatches. So I re-swatched my Artist Isle paints, and this was the old swatch, so this will be going into storage. I also re-swatched my Schminke palette, so this will be going into storage. I also re-swatched the Pointers pastel colored pencils, so this will be going to storage. I believe this was for graphite. No, this was for erasable colored pencils. And no, graphite and erasable color pencils, those were also re-swatched, so I will be putting that into storage. This was supposed to be a swatch card for something, but I didn't do it, so let's just put it in storage for. I re-swatched the Caran d'Ache color 2s. This was for the, I think these were Faber-Castell Gold Fiber as well as the Faber-Castell Classic. Those were also re-swatched. Those are going into storage. I re-swatched the Aquarius from Roman Small Paints. So those are going into storage. I re-swatched my water-soluble markers. So this swatch card is going into storage. I know, right? It's a lot. I did a lot in 2024. So this is basically my 2024 process. You will see a re-swatch of the Caran d'Ache Luminance. I believe you saw that for Smuggus. And the re-swatch of the Albert Durr watercolors also I did for Smuggus. I had my bargain-friendly color pencils. I re-swatched those. So I'll be putting this swatch booklet into storage. I believe this was a swatch for some paints that I had. It feels like water-soluble oil pastels. So this will be going into storage. This was stuff for, I don't remember what this was for, but that's going into storage. I re-swatched my alcohol-based markers, especially the Pointers one. These were for the Pointers and the Ahuhu. So those will be going into storage. And it's kind of amazing to keep these because when I re-swatch them, I like to see the fading of the colors. So I also re-swatched my crayons. So these are my crayons, actual crayons, Crayola crayons. I re-swatched the booklet. So I'm putting the old booklet now into storage. And lastly, I believe these were for my special effect crayons. I also re-swatched those. So this swatch booklet is also going into storage. This is basically the stuff that I was able to complete in 2024. I didn't think I did a lot in 2024, but when I look at it through this light, I actually did a lot in 2024. So now we're going to move into books that are all drawn up, but they have a few pictures that I might want to color, so they're on the incomplete list. And as you can see, it's off to my right, probably your left. And these are books that I've drawn in. Some of them you would have seen them in the 2023 sketchbooking process. And I should divide those up because these were books that, well, these are not included. These were books that were in the 2023 completed process. And I still haven't fully colored the pictures that are in these, but I am getting to these when I test out new watercolors, especially here where I did another watercolor. Yeah, you would have seen this. So this is made from, I think, Fluid 100% cotton. So this is my 100% cotton paper, and when I need to test out a new watercolor or see how that watercolor performs on 100% cotton paper, I will pull this book out. So this book is being completed. This is made from cardstock. Let me see. Pecan cardstock. This is another book you would have seen in 2023. I am completing it whenever I feel like color something in markers or in colored pencils. I pull this book out. So this book is also being completed little by little. This is another book that you would have seen in the 2023 book, the 2023 sketchbooking process. And I am completing this book also. Whenever I need to test out products on cellulose paper, I would pull this book out. But there's still a lot of pages in here that needs to, you're not seeing what I'm looking at, these. There's still a lot of pages in here that needs to be colored in. And I am getting to those little by little. But these would have been books you would have seen in 2023's sketchbooking process. These 4 books, well, no, there's a little bit more than 4. These books here are the books that I have completed, fully illustrated in 2024, and we'll go through them now. So what I did is I'm going to put these into 2 categories. I'm going to first deal with this set here first, and then I'm going to deal with these 4 books. These 3 books you would have seen in the sketchbooking process for 2023, and I'm glad to say that I've completely drawn up this book. I think there's only like 2 pictures left in this book left to color. Yeah, there's only about 2 pictures. This one was also made with fluid 100% cotton paper. So I have this book if I need to test out watercolor paints on 100% cotton paper. This book was made with Fabriano hot press 25% cotton paper, and I think there's like 1 picture left in here. You would have seen me do illustrations of these on past videos, so really guys, I don't need to be doing a full sketchbook, so I'm just gonna flick through some pages for you. Yeah, this is for Smuggers. Yeah, Smuggers of 2023. You would have seen a lot of these for the Sergeant art. So a lot of these pictures would have already been featured in previous videos, but I think there's like a page left in here. Yes, 1 page left in here that needs to be rendered, so that's why this is here. But you would have already seen most of these in previous 2023 2024 videos, and this book have 1 page left, and then it goes into the completed to be stored and pile. And the last one is this one for this section. This also you would have seen in previous videos because I use this book a lot. Let me get to the front. I use this book a lot to do a lot of my, let me bring you guys down a bit, to do a lot of my watercolor illustrations. This is made from Pecan heavyweight 140 pounds 300 GSM paper, and a lot of these you would have seen in previous videos. I did this with my collaboration with Thrifty, you know, so you would have already seen a lot of stuff in these books. So I'm not necessarily doing a sketchbook tour, I'm just kind of illustrating that, you know, there's a couple pictures left in here to do. Yeah, I have this to do. I do have these paints, believe it or not, and I haven't done the workup for these, so hopefully in 2025 we get to those. And we also have this last illustration here, so we will be getting to this in 2025. Hopefully we get to those. And now we go into the second part of that category, which are these books. And what makes these books so special is that these books were opened in 2024 and completed in 2024, and there's 4 of them here, and they're fully drawn up, but they haven't been colored up. This book was made from the Derwent now sketch pad that I got through Scrawler Box. It's made with pastel paper, so I'm doing some pastel drawings in it because I'm hoping for January to do some pastels illustrations. So I made a sketchbook out of this. This book was also made in opened in 2024. This book was where I did my illustrations for the Crazy Art watercolor set. Is also in this book. I did illustrations for Inktober in this book, so you would see this book again in 2025 because I'm not fully finished with this. This book was made, well, opened in 2024. I wanted to do some quick illustrations and I started painting them, but I didn't finish them. As you can see, most of these were done on the same day. So yeah, I have to finish this. Maybe one day when I want to paint something, I'll pull this out. I believe this was made from Fabriano Hot Press 300 GSM accordion sketchbook. I made that. And this book was also opened in 2020. Let me bring you out of it so you can see the length of it. This book was also opened in 2024. And in this book is where I did my crayon illustrations. As you can see, this is where the crayon illustrations were done. Especially for the crayons, when we did our month of crayon, the special effects crayons, this was the book that I used for it. So we will see this book again in 2024 because there are some illustrations that I put in this book that I really want to get to, but I finished illustrate this book, so I need to now get to those illustrations. So yeah guys, I told you it's gonna be quite a long one. I'm hoping this video, I'm trying to make sure it's less than 30 minutes. But now we're going into sketchbooks that I am currently using. These are the sketchbooks that I have opened and I'm using at the moment. And again, these are in two categories. They are miscellaneous sketchbooks as well as sketchbooks that I have purpose for. And let's first start with a sketchbook I have designated for specific purposes, and then we'll discuss the miscellaneous sketchbooks. These sketchbooks that I made, most of them, some of them, not most of them, but some of them I made, like these three here I've made, personally made, but the others I did not. Some of them you would have seen in the sketchbooking process I did for 2023. Now these are designated for special purposes. However, if I ever get bored, like I did with this book here, that was my Inktober for 2024, I'll just use it for something else. This was still designated for the book that I did my watercolor studies in. I'm thinking of designating for another purpose and put it in a miscellaneous file because I tend to work faster with the miscellaneous file. But I'm not sure about that as yet. This one is still designated for art challenges, but I haven't done any art challenges in it. So yeah, it was supposed to be a November challenge, but I haven't done any art challenge in it as yet. So it's still here. This is my art journal book. And you would have seen this in 2023, especially these three books. So yeah, this is my art journaling book where I could do my art journaling. And oh, I actually made paper, by the way. And I tested out and glued it in this book. But I haven't been able to get back to this book as yet. So hopefully in 2025, I could get to this book. This was an amazing gift from Anna over at Anna's Drawing Channel. She gave me this mermaid tail book. And what I used to do is I used to do fruit and vegetable studies in it with colored pencils, but I haven't been able to get to this as yet. So yes, this is still with me. This is one of those books that I got from the Vitali Dets, or the Watercolor Trip of Italy book. I started it. I really did start it, guys, but I haven't finished it. So yeah, I haven't finished it. So I'm hoping to do something with this book in 2025. And you have my pen book here. Again, another book that I started to use only with pen illustrations, but I haven't been able to get to it. I'm hoping to get to it in 2025. And the other two books here are the acrylic book. Now this was the acrylic book that I did for Inktober of 2023. But I haven't been able to finish any acrylic paintings in it. So a few pages are still left in this book. And this book here is a canvas pad made with real canvas paper. I did started it. I think there's only like 7 pages left in here. But I haven't been able to get to it as yet. So it is still on my chopping block. So those are the books that are open, designated for special purposes, but I haven't been able to get to them. So hopefully I'll be getting to those in 2025. So the other section of that sketchbooks that I am currently working in are these. These are also in two categories. These are in categories of sketchbooks that were, let me bring it out a bit so you can see the fullness of what I'm looking at. These are sketchbooks that are in two categories. This category are sketchbooks that I opened in 2024 and still working through, and these are sketchbooks that I opened before 2024 and are still working through. It includes this one here where I usually do, let me flip it over. This is where I normally would do like my art studies and stuff. You guys wouldn't see that, but yeah, this is where I do my art studies and stuff. You also have this book here, my tone gray sketchbooks, where I also do some studies and drawings. So I'm still working through this book here in 2024, and I'll be working with this book in 2025. This is the Honeymoon and Nostalgia sketchbook that I'm working with. So yeah, you will see, you have seen this book in 2024. You see me work with this book in 2024. You have also seen me work with this book here in 2024. Have you? Yeah, you have seen me work with this book when I did the Boya crayons, and I did some crayons illustrations in this book. So you have seen me work with this book in 2024. You haven't seen me work with this book here. And this book is a book that I made. And yeah, you see it, the cover is peeling off. I made this with some watercolor paper. But what I did with the watercolor paper is that I primed it with gesso. But I haven't been able to get to this book as yet. So hopefully in 2025 I could get to this book. And you also would have seen me work in this book, and the same trouble I have with this book, the cover of this book peeling off, is the same struggle I have with this book, as you can see. But I have been working in it in 2024. Remember this illustration here for my World of Watercolor, where I did food. And I also have this book here. This book is the book that I use for art class. And yeah, you would see, you don't really see this book a lot, but I do work in this book from time to time. And now let's discuss these two books here. These are two books that I opened in 2024. And this, I just wanted to see what crayons look like on this paper. This is the Frisket paper that I got in a previous scroller box. I think I got this in the scroller box that came with the Boya crayons. I should put up a picture of the box that I got this up in for you guys, as well as to remind myself to put up a picture of the box that I got those pastel papers box in. And I just wanted to work with crayons in this book, so that's what I did for this book, and it was a lot of fun. Remember my color of the world that I got for my birthday? Yeah, I did a couple illustrations in those, but I will be bringing to you my full perspective of those crayons once I get to it. And this is also a book I opened in 2024. This is Paul Rubens sketchbooks that I had for almost, it's 2024 now, and in 2024 I probably have this for about 2 years, and I've been intimidated by using this book. Yeah, you know guys, when you buy a sketchbook that you think it's amazing and beautiful, but it actually intimidates you, this is one of them. I think I have 2 others that we will be discussing in this video also that intimidates me, but this is the first of them. So I'm getting over my intimidation, and I opened it with an illustration. And this book claims to be made of cotton, but I'm thinking it's something like the Fabriano Studios, which is 25% cotton, because even though when I contact the company and ask them about this book, they say yeah, it's made with cotton, but it's not 100% cotton. So I'm thinking it's made with some percentage of cotton. And I already opened it, as you can see, and made my first boo-boo in it, so it's okay now. I can go through this book. And this is where I wanted to see how my watercolors would perform in this book. And as you can see, the crazy art washable watercolors just seep right through there. So I might have to do this illustration with something. I don't know what I'm going to do this illustration with. And you can see the blue lines in here. That's because I was using those basic Electra where I have colored inks in this book. So yeah, this book is already open. So now these are some of the books you can look forward to for me using that were open in 2024, but you can look forward to me using them in 2025. Okay, so guys, if you're hearing the lawnmower in the background, my husband is doing some lawn care at the farm and he's going buck wild, but I apologize for that. So now we're going into brand sketchbooks that I haven't, and it's a lot. If I can bring you out a bit, it is a lot. You still can't see the top because my hand is actually tapping the top of this. So it is a lot, and I still have another piled here on this side. So I will be discussing these books because these are the books now that I haven't used. These are brand new books that haven't been open. I'm hoping to touch them in 2025. I'm not sure. I'll see how my sketchbooking process happens in 2025. But for right now, we will start off with the pile I have on my right. So in 2025, these are the books I'm hoping to get to. I don't want to just open them willy-nilly without a purpose for opening them. And like the Paul Rubens sketchbook, that intimidate me. Some of these sketchbooks intimidate me, but not this one. This is not one of them that intimidate. This is a touch new marker pad. It's still in its wrapping. I think I have a second one of these because I'm planning to open this because I don't, as you notice, I don't really have a book designated for markers. So I'm hoping to open this in 2025, and that's why this is here. But originally when I first got these books, I told you I have two. I actually bought 3 of them, so I completed 1, and these are the other 2s that are remaining. So I'm hoping to get to 1 of these in 2025. This is still here, guys. I still haven't done this study yet, Wildflowers Found in My Neighborhood, and this book was made from 2019 and I still haven't got to this book as yet. I'm hoping it is still there. It is still there. Just know that it is still out, so I should get to it. This is another book that intimidates me. This is upside down, actually. This is another Paul Rubens book. This is an accordion watercolor sketchbook made with cotton, and it's 300 GSM hot press paper. Another book that intimidates me, but I am hoping to get to it. That's one of the books that I'm hoping to get to in 2025. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use it for, but like I said, I don't want to just open a sketchbook willy-nilly. Even though I'm hoping to do monthly art challenges in 2025, I'll probably use some of my existing books that I've already have open for some of those art challenges, because if I just use one of these books, my art challenges are really short anyway. Some of them are 3 days, some of them are 5 days, some of them are 9 days, so they will not use up a whole sketchbook. And what I'll have is a pile of sketchbooks that are already open that I'm not using, when I already have a pile of sketchbooks that are already open that I need to use. So for that reason, that's why I said I just don't want to open them willy-nilly. This is another sketchbook that I have here. Now, most of these you would have seen in the previous 2023 video. So I will be going through this kind of fast, being that I've already featured most of these already. They're still here, guys. They still haven't been used as yet. Here's another one. Again, you would have already seen most of these. This one, no. This one came in a scroller box. It's a Sea White of Brighton Concertina sketchbook. It's made with mixed media paper. I should put the picture up of the box that this came in. I'm hoping to get to this book in 2025. Here's another book, but this is a journal. I believe this journal came in a journaling set. Yeah, this is it's not a watercolor journal. It's just a normal, regular journal paper. This is another book I'm hoping to get to in 2025. Well, I will be getting to this or another book, but one of these books I will be getting to 2025 because I don't plan to buy a journal for next year. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Now here's another book that was featured in 2023 book that I haven't opened yet in the 2023. Here's an amazing present. This book Love, this book intimidates me so much, but I will get to this book. It's like one of those books you don't think your art is good enough to go in kind of book when I say it intimidates me, but I will be getting to this book. This book was also featured in the 2023 video. This is the last of the Arteza sketchbooks that I have here. The last one, guys, the absolute last one. And one of the things that I did with this book that I didn't do with the first book, I just sewed the back of it. So yeah, I just sewed the back of it. So I'm hoping to get to this book in 2025, definitely, because I've already primed it already. Here's another book that came in a scroller box. I should feature that. And this book, yeah, it's another one. Is a first sketchbook. I think this was selected made for graphite. So I am hoping to get to this book in 2025. Here is another journal book. Yeah, I might use this book in 2025, knowing that I've already pre-opened it. So yeah, I'll probably get to this book in 2025. And this is another one. Now, I admire those talent sketchbooks, and I wanted to make one. And I tried to make one, and the cover came out all right, but where the elastic was kind of weird. So yeah, but it's okay. It's made with the paper that I want it to make with. It's made with the Canson Imagine Mixed Media paper. So yeah, I should get to this book in 2025. A lot of these were already featured, so I'm just going through them kind of fast. These are other two books that intimidates me. This one is from Bailey J. This is the Bailey J sketchbook. I haven't got to this book as yet, but I will. And here is the Ilio sketchbook. And yeah, I haven't gotten to this book either. It's still there. You can see they're still in their cellophane wrapping. And my girl made me this amazing sketchbook that I'm so intimidated by using, because I don't think my art is good enough for this book. But I want to get to it because art supplies are meant to be used and not to be stored. So I'm hoping to get to these sometime, hopefully in 2025. And the other two books that I have to the side here, this one is a book that I made from drawing paper. Now, the cover I got from my local library. Sometimes they take old books, they gut the insides and save the hard covering, and this is one of them. And they give it as donations, and I used it to make a sketchbook with, but I haven't used it yet. So I'm hoping to get to this book in 2025. Here's another sketchbook I have. I think this is the last of my sketchbooks. Yeah, this is the last of it that I have, because the others have already been opened, and this is the last one. It's 50 sheets sketchbook, spiral bound. Yeah, heavyweight paper, so it says, acid free, so it says. And I think I need to get to this book, but because I already have so many sketchbooks, you see I already have the black one that I haven't completed as yet. So those books I'm hoping to get to in 2025. And here, if you're hearing crinkling, is because of this crinkling thing. Here is something that I made. This is my art advent calendar, my Christmas art advent calendar. I made another prompt book for art advent December of 2025, and as usual I'm storing it away. I'm trying to forget what the prompts are in here, so that when December of 2025 come, it's all new to me. And also, let me bring you guys out a bit. The book that is behind it is actually my Inktober Huevember challenge for 2025, as you notice. So I'm already prepped for Inktober Huevember and my art advent December of 2025. I'm already prepped for it, guys. And in here, I know what the challenges are in here, because I remember the stuff that I gave myself. As usual for Inktober, well, not as usual, this year I did it, where for Inktober of this year I did my own prompt list, and for next year's Inktober I'm also doing my own prompt list, and it's already in here already. I just put it in a plastic wrapping so that I can keep it safe. And this is for 2025. I'm already set, so my last 3 months of 2025 is already set. I already have my Inktober Huevember prompts for 2025, and I already have my Art Advent Challenge for December of 2025. So you have this look forward to. Okay, so we're down to one last pile. These are also new sketchbooks that I have not opened as yet, but they're the smaller ones. So we're gonna go through these little by little. They're not categorized, well, kinda, because I consider these sketchbooks too, even though technically they're not sketchbooks. And these are also here that I'm hoping to work with in 2025. So this is a rubber pad that you can make a stamp out of, and these are some canvas paper that you can use with acrylic or acrylic gouache or even gouache. So those are also here. So now let's go through these. Okay, so the first thing we start off is with this is a scratch pad. I've already started this, believe it or not, so I shouldn't have this in this pile here. And but yeah, I've been working with this some, like when I feel a bit bored, I put a few scratches in here. But I'm not sure if I want to bring this to you. It's just something I do when I'm a bit bored and I'm in my workspace and I want something to do. These are some sketchbooks that I made, but they didn't come out quite well. As you can notice, yeah, and I don't want to get rid of it. This was made on prime paper, and it's a concertina or accordion sketchbook. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with it, but it is here. So yeah, and there's another sketchbook here that I made, and it's made with black primed black paper. I am hoping to use this book in 2025. Yeah, so I haven't done any, honestly guys, I haven't made any real sketchbooks in 2024 because I know that I had so many other sketchbooks to get through. So, and here's another one, these little ones here. I think you would have already seen these in the 2023 video, or maybe not, I'm not sure. But yeah, these are all here still. This one is made from rice paper, I believe. No, this one is made from bamboo paper, yeah. So I do need to get to this book. This is supposed to be my Temu book. Remember Temu have these little cute little sketchbook? Well, I wanted one and I decided to make one. So I made mine, but I haven't been able to get to it as yet. And here's another little sketchbook. This one is made from paper bag. I had an old paper bag, and so I decided to make a little sketchbook out of it. Haven't been able to get to that book as yet. And here's another book. I think this is the one made from rice paper. I believe this is the one made from rice paper, but yes, this is the one made from rice paper. And I haven't been able to get to this book as yet, but they're all here. As long as they're out, they're still on the chopping block, and I do plan to use them. Thing are these. Now these are things that I consider sketchbooks, even though technically they're not. This is a sample pack from Stonehenge. I still have my sample pack, guys. As you can see, I'm working through it with when I did my art advent for last year, and I still have a few of them in here that I need to get through. So I'm hoping to maybe get through a couple of these in 2025, or at least one more of these in 2025. This is actually a cheese box of one of my favorite cheeses, Happy Cow. And what I put in here are some round watercolor blocks. I have it upside down, of course, to protect the surface of it. I glued it onto a cardboard surface and then glued it onto a cardstock surface so I could have it nice and thick so it doesn't buckle. And I like this here, but I haven't touched it as yet. I haven't touched it. It's still here, still on the chopping block, but it's good when it's still on the chopping block. And of course this, notice it, my gosh, but the paper in it is still good because I protected it well, which is nice. So it is still here. It is still on the chopping block. So hopefully, notice, yeah, I could get to these sometime in 2025. Okay, friends, that's about it. That is a long process. That's a long video. I am so sorry. But I didn't want to break it up into parts because it's really, most of the books, at least 70% of the sketchbooks that you would have seen were already featured already in the 2023 video, and a lot of them have already done walkthroughs, and a lot of them you would have seen on this channel before. So I didn't think I needed to break it up in sections, even though I'm making this video super long by continue talking. But yeah, that's my sketchbooking process for 2024. Let's see how I'm able to get through that in 2025. Will I open a new sketchbook? What will I do? As you can see, I still have a lot of sketchbooks still unopened. I still need to get through. My husband is going buck wild over there, and I haven't made any new sketchbook really in 2024. I really want to make a new sketchbook though. There are some papers that I want to make sketchbooks out of, so I might be able to get to those in 2025. Let's just see. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. As you notice, it's been an amazing journey. I can't believe that I was able to complete so many sketchbooks. I didn't think I did any work in 2024, but I did. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. And yeah, we're still in December. How are you guys working your Christmas holiday? How's it been? Let me know all those amazing goodness in the comments below. And happy December, guys. Bye.